said, we're just heading home. I just watched that last little snippet there and got a nice shot of that stone chip in the windshield of the truck here. Anyways, I get this truck and I get 2 stone chips right off the snap. I drove for how many kilometers before that with my old girl, and as soon as I get the new one, I get 2 stone chips. Anyways, I digress. So I was watching a video from Warren Buffett where he was talking about Bitcoin. He wouldn't spend 25 cents on Bitcoin, and it was an interesting take on things. I mean, he's not wrong in what he said, and just that statement alone, some farm boy like me, the hubris that is associated with that statement, telling Warren Buffett that he's not wrong. But anyways, his strategy has always been to invest in companies that make money, they produce something, and if they're managed well, they produce a profit. And to that extent, he's right. Bitcoin doesn't really produce anything. It doesn't really make anything. The argument that I have is gold is basically the same. Gold is just, it sits there, but it does store value. Price of gold, there's a saying, an ounce of gold would buy a really nice suit, 10 or 5,000 years ago, and basically an ounce of gold will buy a really nice suit today. So probably a bit more, maybe 2 really nice suits today. Depends which country you're buying them from and how much child labor is involved, I guess. So no, anyways, Bitcoin is basically digital gold. That's how people describe it. It's pretty much accurate, and it does have a lot of benefits. It's pretty hard to carry around. Like, gold's heavy, and gold can be manipulated too, and it has been, and it is. So to that extent, both gold and Bitcoin are very similar. However, Bitcoin is easy to transport. I mean, you can put $1 billion on your cold wallet, get on a plane, and fly away. You can't do that with gold. You'd be in jail probably, and you'd lose your gold. So that's that right there gives you the illustrates the freedom that digital currencies and blockchain technologies can produce. Now, that's really a big difference between Bitcoin and Ethereum, is that Ethereum is really, it's not just, an inanimate object or a bunch of bytes of code. It actually is a workhorse. It does produce. It does facilitate the smart contract ecosystems, which create all kinds of efficiencies. Like, if we're going through something right now with an estate, and you have people managing money, and then you try to get it out, and then there's a bunch of hoops you got to jump through, and and then they make a mistake, and that's all eliminated with smart contracts. It's virtually eliminated. You don't need to give your money to some financial advisor who's going to give your money to some mutual fund or hedge fund, and then they're going to give it to some other companies that they think are going to be profitable. Like, there's so many people between you and your money, and they all got to make some points on it. And that's why blockchain is going to revolutionize investing, how money is managed. It's going to completely revolutionize that. And that's really what I'm trying to do with Cheesecoin, is I want to be the first, like an early adopter of it, my wheelhouse is agriculture. I grew up on a dairy farm. Went to ag school. Those are my core competencies. And but that said, I know how to adopt new technologies. I've been doing it my whole life. So this one is dramatic. It's the biggest one that I've seen to date. And I lived through. I remember the dial-up phone, the rotary phone. I remember phone internet, like landline internet. I remember not having any internet, no cell phones. So, no, this one is really going to change the world. So anyways, that's kind of my synopsis, my quick explanation on how Bitcoin and gold are almost the same, except one is digital and one is a tangible metal. But people that own gold, they're basically owning digital gold anyways, because they're just counting on whoever they gave their money to buy gold. Like, not very many people are storing their gold under their mattress or in their safe at home. It's somewhere else. And as we say in crypto, not your keys, not your crypto. Same as gold. If you don't have it in your possession, it belongs to somebody else. And that's really the difference between Bitcoin and then some of the other altcoins, is that if they're just hoping to emulate Bitcoin, we already have a Bitcoin. We don't need another one. What we do need are blockchains that produce. And in this case here with mine, it's tied to real world assets, real world production. And we're producing something that tastes really good. So anyways, that's it, folks, for the I'm not sure what number this is. I call it the Milk Run Report, but anyways, it's about the only time I get a chance to talk about anything. And unfortunately today I didn't even have time to shower and shave and get my hair all fixed up for this. So you're seeing me in my my farm boy state, I guess. Oh well, it is what it is. So until next time, I'm signing off.